So I'm just going to quickly show you how to do nice smooth angles on your build pieces so that when you're making these things, you don't have nasty seam lines running down them. I'm just going to show you a very simple piece. So normally what you'll get is a template like this. So you have 3 pieces, and what the template is trying to get you to do is cut each piece out separately and do this. And I'm going to show you how that ends up looking. So you draw this piece out, one piece at a time. You can do this. You'll cut this piece, and you'll cut, when you cut a piece, normally you cut at a nice 45-degree angle, and you take that part of it. You do the next piece. And you cut that at a 45-degree angle. And trimming this piece as well. And you get your last piece and you put the same angle into it. This is the usual method. This is not the method I'm going to show you today. So now what you'll do is you'll stick these 3 pieces together. And what you'll get is this. Now as you can see, no matter how well you stick this or how hard you try, whatever you do, if you can make it really nice, you can make it really smooth, you can make it really lovely, ultimately you're still going to see that seam. So what I like to do instead of this method is take my piece, put the 3 pieces together. Now I just cut these out quickly so they don't have to see it. So tape your things together, your pieces, and cut it all out as one piece. Then flip it over and next draw on your lines. That's the last one's already done. Now, instead of cutting each piece off, what you want to do is come in at the back and you're going to cut a channel on each side of this, and that's going to create a valley that you can fold in half. And you do not cut all the way through. This is very important. So just take your knife, just cut in, come on the other side, and just cut in. This is obviously much better with a sharp blade. This blade's going a bit dull on me. You just want to pull that out. Do the same over here. So now instead of 3 pieces, you have 1 piece with valleys in it. And what you can now do is just, you put some hot glue or some contact adhesive, whatever you like to use, in these folds, bend it over and press it together. And now you'll see the pieces, one solid piece that doesn't have any seams here. And it's not as likely to pop or rip or come apart. I'm going to stick these 2 pieces together real quick and show you how it looks. So as you can see, I've now stuck together the 2 individual pieces, and you can see there's quite the difference. Normally with the angle cutting the full pieces out, you get very, very sharp edges, and sometimes you don't want that. I mean, sometimes this is good if that's the kind of thing you're looking for, but sometimes you want something that's a bit nicer, a bit smoother, a bit rounder. But as you can see, no matter how hard you try, you can be the best seamer in the world. You're always going to very, very subtly see these seams. And it doesn't look like much now, but when primed and painted, these really stand out a lot more. And they can become a real pain because sometimes you end up with lines on your suits that you just don't want. And it's not very effective. This is what happens when you do it the other way. As you can see, there are no seams. You get a much smoother, gentler edge. If you cut a more dramatic fold in the back, you can get it much tighter as well. I've done this one very, very quickly to show you guys. And I think it works really well. I really like it. I've been remaking my Heartbreaker suit so that I can do all the pieces that shouldn't have angles on it like this. I really like this method. It doesn't just work on small pieces. Here's a much bigger piece I've been doing. And normally this comes like this. There's 3 separate templates. Normally what you would do is draw this piece, cut it, remove that. Cut out this piece, cut out this piece, and then cut the angles and glue them all together. But I've used the method I showed you guys earlier, where I drew on the back, put the valleys in, and now all I have to do is put some glue in those seams and bend it up. And as you can see from the front, that's a much nicer, smoother piece than what you would get the other way. So I just thought I would show you quickly the difference in the two pieces when they're finished. So this is my original one, and it's been painted and stuff. This one was finished and it was used for a long time. I wore this suit several times and it's been through quite a lot of wear and tear, as you can see things up here. But if you take a look, you can see the way, this is the piece I showed you guys earlier. You can see how it was originally made, and the seams on it are bad. I mean, granted, I've learned a lot since I made this, but it's just, oh, it's horrible compared to the way I do things now. You can see all the seams in here, they're just, ugh. You know, it's not as nice a piece, and you can see all over it. Especially pieces like this. You know, you can, it's just, it doesn't look good. You can see all these seams in it. Oh, it's horrible. And we compare that to this piece, which is the one I just finished. This is much nicer. There are no seams that don't need to be there. You know, everything, as much as I could, that could be made into one piece was made into one piece. It's much flatter, it's much nicer. The angles are better on it. The shape is closer. I think this is a really good method, and people keep asking me how to do it, and so I thought I would show it off. Yeah, this is it. So I hope people have found this useful. I'll hopefully do some more quick tutorials whilst I'm making the Heartbreaker, and thank you guys for watching.